Prepare for the unthinkable. Aim for the impossible. How to make your dreams come true in any economic scenario. See, we're in this life to fulfill our destiny. And we shouldn't get too much distracted by all the chaos out there, because it's a mad, mad world. We want to imagine and attract the future the way we want it. We want to leave our former life behind. Do you feel your life has taken a wrong turn? Well, look at yourself and say enough is enough. You no longer accept your current situation. Get back on your feet. Every crisis is an opportunity. You don't know what you cannot do. You're better than you ever thought you would be. There is greatness in everybody. You don't care about the odds. See, the greatest discovery is that you can change your life. Not the pills, not the drugs, no life coach, no psychiatrist. You can change your life. You have to focus on what works for you. If it doesn't work, move on. One of the most important words is next. Now, you try to do a deal with someone and you don't seem to get anywhere. Some things are not meant to be. Then it's a waste of time. You don't know whether the other person doesn't like your face or whether he's or she has a problem. You are on a mission. And that mission is to be successful in what you love to do. And then you won't work a day in your life. Are you fearful that you may fail? Get over it. 90% of life is failure. 10% of life is success. The best athletes fail 90% of the time. All you have to remember is never become a quitter. If life knocks you down, get up. Anyway, if you become a winner, most winners win only by a nose. Nobody remembers number 2 or number 3. 90% of the ideas don't work. But let's say you're lucky. And you are a winner. You cannot become complacent. You could become obsolete. Your skills could become commoditized. Sometimes you have to run twice as fast to stay even. See, life is a chess game, not a real battle. But you need a lot of self-discipline, because the biggest enemy is yourself. Do you know yourself? See, some people know other people much better than themselves. Are you scared that this is not the perfect time? Well, create the perfect time. Increase the likelihood that you are in the right place at the right time. Always imagine that you're already there where you want to be. Mix with people who are already there where you want to be. It's called networking. Don't think, what can I get from this person? No. What can I do for this person? Look for ways to help this person. And then over time, you develop a partnership with this person who is already there where you want to be. And then you have to build a team. There is no such thing as a self-made person. That's just a good story. You have to recruit and build a team that is rowing in one direction. And you have to make sure that the bad apples in the team do not interfere with the long-term goals. Sometimes you have to take action. And taking action is almost always better than not taking action. The other thing is that the thing you cannot afford to lose is your reputation. Reputation is 85% of your success. Character, integrity, not knowledge, not intelligence, and of course, persistence. You have to be insanely good in what you're doing. Insanely good service, an insanely good product. And then, of course, the whole world will do business with you rather than with someone else. You also have to be nice. People tend to do business with nice people. Of course, in order to take risks, rational risks, which you have to take, because if you don't take risks at all, risks will find you. The world is not static. Everything changes all the time. And sometimes you have to change. But it would be nice if you have a lifeboat, because then you can afford to take more risk. The young people have one big advantage, because they can start building the lifeboat when they're young. And through the power of compounding, which is the eighth wonder of the world, they can build a lifeboat within 10 years, whatever the interest rate is and whatever the markets do. So if you start, let's say, when you're 19, and you build your lifeboat over a period of 10 years, and then stop, you know what happens? Money attracts money. And when you're 65, you end up with assets that are 5 or 10 times as large as the person who starts to build a lifeboat 10 years later. See, if you start to build your lifeboat when you're 29, you have to contribute for the rest of your life. But the guy who started at 19 ends up with 5 or 10 times as much in assets. This is the secret of independence. See, very few people are successful in speculating. So you have to really think about the future value of what you spend today. So when you're young, especially when you're young, you have to focus on saving and investing rather than spending. Because you'll be surprised what the future value is of what you spend today. Now we're going to talk about your subconscious. See, your subconscious has the power to see the future. It's like a dark room with images of the future. And you cannot afford to go a day without thinking of what the future should be. And your subconscious tends to make it happen. That's why you can achieve the impossible. Just as long as you desperately want it, at some point it will happen. See, success is contagious. Your attitude is contagious. You've got to be positive. Despite everything, despite all the odds. And the opposite is also true. Stress is very contagious. So stay clear of stressful situations. At any rate, never become a quitter. Be action-oriented. Be results-oriented, because life is judged by results. Stay hot. Be skeptical of the consensus, because herd-like behavior is the most dangerous thing in life. If you do what everybody else is doing, that's not the way to get rich or to be successful. It'll only go well for a little while. Separate yourself from the crowd. Think long and hard about what you should do and what works for you. Don't be a copycat. Be original. You can be original because it's all in your head. Again, the greatest discovery is that you can change your life yourself. You don't need anyone else. You will have your breakout opportunities. You will have your killer ideas. But you have to keep moving. You cannot relax. And again, once your dreams come true, you're going to realize that you know where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, you're not even in the race. Now, the other thing is, the world has changed. There is no career escalator anymore. There is no job for life anymore. But we now have technology. We have the internet. We have an abundance of opportunities for startups, for entrepreneurs. It's incredible. You can be very successful working from home. I suppose you have become an entrepreneur. There is another statistic. 96% of the businesses fail within a 10-year period. Why? Because they cannot pay the bills. See, entrepreneurs hire accountants, and they come with financial statements. And it says profit, but profit is a theoretical issue. It doesn't pay the bills. Cash pays the bills. So all these businesses at some point run out of cash because figures lie and liars figure. So hopefully you take this advice to heart. You take some action. You're going to discover your mission in life. You will attract the future you want the way you want it. You can have a sensational life despite nightmarish circumstances. As long as you desperately want it. Until next time, and stay hot. Don't get scared. No need to.